Welcome to the Engineers Hub podcast, where engineers come to connect, learn, grow, and get inspired. On every episode, we will be interviewing engineers, managers, technical experts, and industry leaders from various disciplines to share their stories and experience, uncover various engineering career paths, and inspire engineers to do more and be more. This is your host, Mamadou Diallo. Let's get started. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of the Engineers Hub podcast. We are here today with our guest, Mamadou Mouctar Diallo. How you doing, man?
Hi, yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me.
Hey, listen, the pleasure is mine. We're glad to have you on here, and glad and excited and looking forward to hearing your story, and anything you have to share. Can you, I guess, give us a little bit of introduction or just introduction about you and your background and what you're currently doing?
Okay, yeah, I mean, like before that too, but we actually before that we need to decide. Okay, who should be like taking the name like Mamadou Diallo right now?
Oh
Because
yeah,
yeah,
we
feels
have the
like
same namesake, so that's yeah. I don't know how we're gonna do that. That's a
yeah,
very common name if you're West African origin, West African. So I'm
okay.
just used to it. I see it all the time.
Oh yeah, like that's the funny thing. Like when I just migrate in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
so basically my brother too is like a Mamadou Alpha Diallo, and
Uh-huh.
on papers like we have the same name. So, because like the first name and the last name is the same.
Yep.
The only difference is the middle name.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, automatically we have the same name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's very common because me too and my son, his first name is Mamadou, his last name is Diallo. We have different middle names, so it's like they say Mr. Diallo, Mamadou, and I'm not really sure if they're talking about my son or me. Um, but it's because we care about the entire name,
Yeah.
but at least here in the US they mostly focus on the first and the last name, so
Oh yeah.
that's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Going back to your question,
Hmm.
how? Can you repeat it or?
So okay, I think you share a little bit. So if you can maybe give us a insight on or introduction about yourself, who you are, what you're currently doing, and your background and origin.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, as we were discussing, like my name is like Mamadou Mouctar Diallo,
Mm-hmm.
and I was born like in Guinea,
Mm-hmm.
precisely Labe. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of I think the second or the third biggest city.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there we moved like to Ivory Coast, and
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Ivory Coast there a little bit, and then we came back to Guinea.
Mm-hmm.
And then like after high school,
Mm-hmm.
I went to university. I only did like a 7 month in university there, and then I got like the chance to like I just migrate coming to United States and living here.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, my brother was already working in Baltimore. So I stayed in Baltimore, and then I think like for 7 months, I studied like ESL language there.
Mm-hmm.
I think like it's like at the BCCC.
Uh-huh.
They have like one
BQC.
campus on in the downtown Baltimore.
Uh-huh.
So I took like a English there and reading stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then like after those 7 months, we moved into the DC suburb.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, at that time, like my brother was working in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got a job between those 7 months,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the job was like in downtown DC.
Mm-hmm.
So he was commuting like for 3 months or 4 months from like Baltimore
Baltimore.
to DC every morning.
Wow.
So yeah, after the school, we
That
just
traffic
decided, okay,
must have
let's
been
move.
horrible.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like we all know like okay the trains in the United States, they're not really that reliable. So
Yeah.
yeah, so he was like, just taking like the metro and then coming to DC to work.
Okay.
But at some point we decided it's kind of unbearable, and then we
Mm-hmm.
move into like a Hyacinth. That's
Uh-huh.
inside like
Hyattsville.
the DC suburb. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
around like a 25 minute to the White House.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I started like a community college.
Mm-hmm.
in like a PGCC.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Prince Georgia Community College. I studied like kind of engineering,
Mm-hmm.
but even that at that time I was like more focused like into like a computer engineering.
Mm-hmm.
But because of like the school structure,
Mm-hmm.
they don't really have like a good program of like a CS classes.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like just like a gambling there, I
Mm-hmm.
decided, okay, let me just study engineering
Mm-hmm.
because all the engineering courses will be like a kind of relevant if you end
Yeah.
up like going to any school.
Yeah.
But the CS classes may change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then
you go ahead. Go ahead.
from that CS from like a community college, I
Mm-hmm.
went to like a University of Maryland College Park.
Mm-hmm.
Like I studied like a 2 years there for the computer, getting like a bachelor in computer engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I get a job into like a Capital One where I'm still working right now.
Okay.
So
And currently you are pursuing your master's, right? You started.
yes, and currently like I leave actually when I get a job into like a Capital One, I end up moving into like a Virginia, like in the
Mm.
Northern Virginia area. So
Oh
because like
wow.
the headquarters of Capital One is in the Northern Virginia.
Okay.
And currently I'm pursuing a master degree in computer science
Mm-hmm.
with a focus in computing system and machine learning.
Okay. Trying to build those machines, man.
Yeah,
Are you
we're trying,
letting?
we're trying to automate everything. But
I
don't worry,
see.
you're not going for your job.
Okay, I hope not.
You're just going to improve it.
Maybe I'll be safe if machines cannot do interviews like this. Maybe I'll be safe for now.
Yeah, you have like a plan B here.
Okay, so where are you getting your master's right now? Actually, I don't think you share that.
Oh, yeah, like I'm getting my master like at Georgia Tech.
Okay, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you're doing, I guess, online.
yeah, it's online.
Okay,
Yeah, it's online.
all
I mean,
right.
like even before the pandemic, currently we are in the pandemic, so everything's
Mm-hmm.
online. But
Yeah,
even
but even
before that,
before.
because I'm working,
Mm-hmm.
so because I'm not like uh resigning from work, so I'm still
Yeah,
working there.
yeah, got
And
you.
then I have to just like do it online, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have to sacrifice like all your weekend and all night. So
Hey, yeah, I hear you, man. It's I hear you, but it's you're gonna be done with it quickly, and then you'll be glad you got it out of the way. It's still weighing on my shoulders. Like that masters, it's still weighing on my shoulders. So I'll
yeah,
see whenever I think about that. But I'm not honestly, I'm not really sure even what I want to do masters in. I'm
okay.
very I'm very interested in business side of things and management. So I don't know. I don't even know if I
And
want to do like a little bit of both, like engineering management, or if I want to just do like get an MBA. So I'm
yeah,
not. That's kind of one of the reasons that I paused and waited because I'm not really clear on that yet, which path I want to take.
yeah. I mean, yeah. That's also like actually like a good thing, like because like before even like I started working, I was like planning like doing my master degree straight away.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna do like my bachelor and the master. I was already like when I was doing undergrad at UMD, I was taking like a master classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like just trying to combine both.
Mm-hmm.
And then after talking to my brother, like he told me like just don't do it. Just go go and then start working at like 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
You will get like a lot of perspective and then come back to do your master degree.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that actually helped me because right now like I'm not gonna stop like working. I'm gonna still working. I will be still working while
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing the master degree.
Yeah. So
I
build
will
an
be gaining
experience.
like the experience and the master degree at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also like I don't have to pay it too. So that's like a huge plus.
Mm-hmm. They helping you pay Capital One?
Yeah, they're gonna pay everything.
You
Yeah.
should get me a job over there.
Yeah. Definitely I'll consider it.
All right, that's interesting, man. Okay, so so you came here. First you had to take ESL language classes, right? And then you got your associate degree, right? And then you got your bachelor degree. Okay, when did you come here? Because for some people that must have seemed like it took a long time. How like what year did you come here?
Oh, I came here like around like end of like a 2013, beginning 2014.
Okay, 2013, 14. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then you graduated what, 2019, 2019?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it
May
took
2019.
okay, so it took about six years total. Um, all right.
Oh, for like a Yeah. So look at two engineers like are trying to trying
Six
to
and a
predict
half.
like how long
I'm
it's
not
gonna
sure
take.
about the months.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Like it's
just
5 months. It's
2013
like
to
5 years.
19, right?
It's 5 years.
5 years. Okay, five. Okay,
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah. I end up doing like a ESL like it's actually like a 5 years like a 4 months because I
Mm-hmm.
did like a languages like for more than a year.
Yeah. No,
So
the
that was
reason I was asking is because for someone that might, because especially when you came here, did you even speak English at all?
no.
Exactly. So you kind of almost, finish that within the same process it usually takes other people who grew up here, at around 5 years
Yeah.
ish. So that's very impressive.
Yeah. Thanks. I think like the thing that ended up helping me was like because the ESL languages sometimes take like a long time. Most
Mm-hmm.
most people may end up like doing like at least if you want to be at the level of performing at a university level,
Mm-hmm.
you may need like to go through like for example, when I came in I was like at the basic level. So
Yeah.
we had the people who went to read like a B C D E F
Yeah, I
G.
got
So
you.
we
Yeah.
started there,
Mm-hmm.
and because I was like I like mathematics, so
Uh-huh.
that was one of the reasons I ended up like going for engineering.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was doing the ESL languages, I
Mm-hmm.
ended up like taking the math like a plasma test,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up putting me like into calculus level.
I see.
And they say like okay, in order for you because you didn't finish your ESL languages,
Mm-hmm.
you have to like go wait until like next semester or when you finish all the ESL classes
Mm-hmm.
in order to start like your math classes. I
Mm-hmm.
said no, that's not possible
Yeah.
because you're the one who told me like to take the test.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew that like I wasn't able, like I'm not ready to take these classes, why did
Mm-hmm.
you make me take the test?
Yeah.
They say, oh no, because some people if they take the test, then they have to go into like a development math
Remedial
in order
math.
to
Yes.
be ready. I
Yeah.
said no, because since I already like took the test
Mm-hmm.
and you put me into this level,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to give me access to register for the class. And that was like a kind of like a discussion between me and then like uh, the advisors,
Yeah.
and then they end up like sending me into like one of the engineering department
Mm-hmm.
to one of like the dean over there to
Mm-hmm.
talk to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like they were trying like to put the sense into me,
Uh-huh.
and I went to that guy and then we talked a lot, and then I told him like I will be able to do. I should be okay taking these classes,
Yeah. I think they're just
and
worried.
then
They want to make sure you're gonna be able to pass it, and do well.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but like that guy ended up like agreeing, and then he gave me like a waiver, and
Mm-hmm.
they let me register like the math classes.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one of the things that ended up helping me like kind of speed it up.
I see. Yeah, because that's very impressive. Like coming here, because I know people who had to just go through like developmental language like for 2 years before they can even do anything
Yeah,
else. So that's very impressive. You should, yeah, that you manage to force your way out of that or cheat the system. So that's
yeah,
good.
like, you not cheat the system, you just bend the system.
Bend the system. Okay, that's okay. Better
That's the
bend the
difference
system.
between like a corruption and lobbying.
I know,
That
right?
difference between those two,
Yeah,
cheating
you're
the system and then bending the system.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, so all right, man. Now, Mike. So, did you already know when you came here? Did you know you wanted to go into like software and computer engineering, or is that like did you find it out after coming here?
Oh, so basically, like, when I was in Guinea, I already have like a kind of like the love for computers.
Oh, okay.
I do remember like when I was like in I think eighth grade or ninth grade,
Mm-hmm.
or I think 10th grade actually. My
Mm-hmm.
brother was like studying computer science
Mm-hmm.
in like he's still in Guinea, and
Mm-hmm.
then he came like during summer he came on vacation in Labi.
Mm-hmm.
He was studying Conakry, the capital, and then he came to that Labi like during the summer, and then he showed me like some website that they did.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I have to do this
Yeah.
because at that point like I was like planning becoming like studying like a medicine. So
Uh-huh.
that was like kind of like I like that field.
Uh-huh.
And because of him, I ended up like okay, jumping into that shit, and then say, okay, I have to study this.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was like those like a 7 month, I studied in Conakry, like a university.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up just doing like a telecommunication there.
Mm-hmm.
It was mainly, I think it was because like kind of like a hot like a field
Mm-hmm.
in Guinea. So I end up just going there because of that.
I see. Okay, so that kind of helped, that introduced you
Yeah.
to computer science, computer engineering, and you had an idea when you came here, this is the path I wanted to take. That definitely helps.
Yes, and also like when I was in Baltimore,
Uh-huh.
so because at that time like I just came in and I have like a lot of free time. I just have to go to school and then come back. So I end up like doing a lot of like online classes. So like there was like Harvard have a platform where they kind of like they share like their online on campus like computer science classes online for free. And then because of like the program was like very popular, you will easily find they will try to transcript all the videos there. So even
Okay.
if you don't understand English, you can still watch the videos and then read like the transcript in your own languages. So I end up like doing that like when I was in Baltimore. So that helped me a lot when I just like jump into the field.
I see.
I kind of like I have a little bit like I wasn't like way behind compared to someone who just came from like in Guinea came here. Because,
I see.
yeah.
Okay. I see, man. That's, you're very definitely very resourceful. I would
So
say, yeah, you're very resourceful, and just being able to take advantage of all the opportunities that are and the resources provided. You know, a lot of people wouldn't have thought to do that. You know, study on their own, or try to see. You know,
yeah,
even like when the advisor told you, "Hey, you need to just do finish this first." You know, a lot of people would have just accepted and went through that process. You know, but you were able to look for an alternative way of doing it. You know, so that's a very good trait to have, and I wish more people had it. You know.
yeah.
Okay, so now bachelor degree, right now, currently working at Capital One. How did you get into Capital One? Did you already had internship? Did you have experience when you were in college, or was it after you graduated?
Uh, so basically, like I didn't like I had like I didn't intern in Capital One. So actually, like the way basically like one of the way I end up speeding up like my program because while like going to school, I have like I was working. I usually like during summers I used to take classes. So right, that actually also like helped me like because in computer science, computer engineering, if you take a look like at UMD, the average people like to finish, I think only less than 30% will be finishing like their computer science, computer engineering degree in 5 years.
I see.
Most people will be like a 6 years. So like one of the way I was able like to finish most of this was I was taking like summer classes.
I
And
see.
then like during summer, I will be like kind of like looking for like a research position on campus, and then just go do research, and then when it is class time, you just go to the class and come back. Because most professors like or research manager like they will understand because you will be working at school and then there will be classes like dispersed, so it
Okay.
will be like acceptable for or understandable for you to go take the classes.
Okay. So during the summer, so you were actually doing research at the university,
Yeah.
and that was most of the experience you had outside of like the classes you were taking.
Yes, that's like one of the thing, and then also like I have been like an academic tutor at the Prince Georgia Community College since like 2015.
I'm assuming math.
Yeah, mathematics, yeah, and
Okay.
sometimes like programming, on my lab stuff. And then when I was at UMD, I was like a kind of a teaching assistant for like one of the engineering class there. So like I had like those two experience and then the research experience, and then just like a side project
I see.
that ended up helping me a lot, like kind of help you like at least get to the interviewer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
your foot out the door. So how was your interview? How did it go? Was it, I guess, both technical and not technical questions?
So it is usually like the interview will be like a three phases for inside in Capta One. Like we usually have like a three-phase interview. One will be like a behavioral interview where just like a kind of general behavior interview, asking you if it is like a company fit. We usually call it like where They ask you a general question and see, okay, do this guy actually like meet the
Fit the
standard of people
culture.
are looking for?
Yeah.
Not just like the technical side. This is just like a behavior fit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have like one of the things like case study,
Mm-hmm.
because since it is a kind of a bank where they just give you like a case, a real life case scenario, and then they ask you, okay, how would you react? You may think, okay, this is just like for people who's going for like a business analyst stuff, but even for technical people, they end up like asking them those like a case studies. And then like the third party is like a program, like the technical stuff, where they give you like a problem to solve, to program it on papers, and then to explain it to them too.
Okay, I see. All right. Okay. How I guess did you how did you get your foot in there? Was it like through career fair, or did you apply online, or did you go to some kind of conference?
No, I actually like just applied online.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So.
But at UMD we usually like they do have like a kind of, because University of Maryland is like a kind is big and renowned, so there will be like a lot of companies coming there. If you take it like a usually like a during a semester, at least every single week you will find one company doing like a exposure there, displaying like a table and then explaining what they do. So those are like where you can just find, okay, this company is recruiting right now, and then you just grab like a pamphlet there, and then you automatically just go online, and then you submit your resume.
I see. So it was online, but it was through the university system.
Yes.
I see. So okay, give us an insight. What does your day to day look like? I'm assuming you're working virtual, right? So what do you do when get up in the morning? I guess, are you assigned? Is it mostly coding? Do you do other things as well? What does it look like for you
So
the day?
basically, like currently, like I'm in transition. Like I'm moving from one team to another team. So right now I'm working in two teams. But like my old team, usually like we work in a internal application. Like we use the application for kind of recruiting stuff, like managing people, team management, and then like doing recruitment, or like in a given organization inside the company. How do we allocate like those resources, or like human resources, engineers, like to just make like the company work smoothly. So at this company, we have like a two kind of like a facet, where one we will be like a building the application, and then the second one you will be talking to customers, right? So those are internal customers where people will be asking questions on different form. You have to go and then like answer those questions.
I
And
see.
yeah, but like in my daily, like usually like I start like at 9, and then I have like I just read email from 9 to 9:30, reading email and reading text or messages, and just kind of like a thinking, okay, how should I kind of like structure my day, and then or sometimes just wasting time, because the main meeting is start like at 9:30.
I
At
see.
9:30 we have like because this is kind of a software, we usually like have a stand-up meeting. Stand-up meeting is where like the whole team comes, and then you have like an agile team, agile like a lead that end up like just asking every single member of the team, okay, what did you work on yesterday, and then what are you planning to work today, those type
I
of
see.
stuff. And then do you have challenges? Who inside the team can help you fix those blockage? And then if it is an external team, can I help you find those help? Like the agile guy, that is his responsibility, helping you kind of like work smoothly inside the team.
I see.
And then after that, we usually have like a 1 hour optional hour meeting. We call it like a kind of core hours for between the engineers, where if you have a technical issue that you want to discuss, we use that hour to discuss any technical issue early in the morning. And then the rest of the day, maybe most likely be you either will be working on your stories, like your task. We call it a stories. Usually, like a story, if we're given like let's say for example, a day story, we will just give it a point of like a grade of 1, and then like a 2-day story, like where an engineer has to spend at least 2 days solving the problem. We give it a story of two, and then like 3 days, three. But if it is like more than 3 days, we usually trying to like split it
I
into
see.
different stories to help you.
I see. Okay. I see. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think yeah, definitely. I mean, did you notice, has there been a shift in how you guys work, or just, you don't have to share anything that's confidential, but just from your what you noticed, because you were working before COVID, right? And now,
Yeah.
like in the COVID, and have you noticed any change for you guys, or not much, in terms of how
It,
the structure and the behavior?
I mean, like in terms of productivity, I mean, think that we are more productive right now.
You think so?
Yeah. So basically, okay, this is like one of the things. Inside Capital One, like the engineers, like before COVID, like we have like the option of working from home, right? So we like most of us like have already like a work from home. Like since I joined Capital One, I only went to the office on Friday twice.
Wow.
Since I joined the office, since I joined Capital One, only twice. First time, what was the reason? I know like the second time was like at that time like my nephew was here like on vacation, and then I was working on like a challenging problem, so I was having like a hard time focusing at home,
Yeah.
and then I just like left and I went to the office and then worked there. And I think the first time was like because I joined the team on a Wednesday, and no one tells me like on Friday like there was like no like work from home. It's work from home. I showed up on Friday. There was only one engineer, and then my manager, and then me. And then like they informed me like on Friday you don't have to come here.
Oh, I
I said
see.
okay, thank God. Since then I only showed up once.
That's nice. So why do you think, you said you feel like you're more productive? Why do you think that is?
Actually, like it's kind of like the mixture of like a work-life balance into your work.
I
I mean,
see.
like they're trying hard like to solve the problem. For example, let's say they work from home at 9. Most of the time at 9 you already start working.
Yeah.
So, but
Right,
if
right.
when we are at the office at 9, people like most people are on their way coming to the office.
Probably coming in.
Yeah, they will be showing up like at 10.
Yeah.
Sometimes you won't even see people like showing up at 11. But they will be still like just working, and then like they in the engineering like side of the company they have like more freedom, right?
I see.
They let you do anything that you want to because they're expecting like a creativity from you and then a huge productivity from you.
Yeah.
Like you give them like the freedom, they will be giving you like a result that you never expected.
Yeah. It's more so about the results.
Exactly.
I see.
And one thing I just like realized like during like the COVID, they're giving us like a more kind of like a freedom of like a taking days off, and then also like they're trying like I don't know like if it's like a retention like technique or what is the objective, but
I
they're
see.
more like a kind of uh just like a free vibe. Okay, do whatever you want, just take your time and then like those type of stuff.
I see. I, yeah. I see. I mean, I can see your point in terms of you don't have to worry about getting through traffic, and even if you go into the office, usually when you come in, you gotta turn on your computer, and then you gotta, like, some people have to go get coffee and do all
Exactly.
those
Yeah.
things, and which
So
chews off
if
the
I'm
time.
yeah, sorry. If you take like in a given office, right? If like two of your colleagues is talking, that automatically create a distraction to you. Like you automatically
Yeah,
join the talk, right?
absolutely.
But right now, like if two of them is talking, they just create like a different Zoom channel
Yeah,
between them. You have no idea like those people are talking. Therefore, you'll be like focused on your work.
yeah,
And then when it is like a 4:35, most people like when one person leave, the whole office will be just like following that guy. It's like, right? And then right now, if you be working to 5,
yeah. I
instead
see.
of having a distraction.
Yeah,
And sometimes you even like a work past 5, and then you have to realize, oh, it's after 5.
yeah. I see. Those those are some good points. Yeah, I see. Yeah, you making some good points because I know even me. Um, Now currently I don't work from home. My job as a project engineer, I'm required to be in the office, and be at various construction sites and locations. But with the other company, when we started, when Maryland they gave the order like this the deadline by this day everybody should be working from home. I know it was a bit of an adjustment, but I didn't see much of a difference because I was mostly working on the computer anyways, you know. Um, yeah, so it just took away the time of having to like drive to work and then
Yeah,
commuting to work, coming and then leaving work, So it was just I found it more convenient, and at least in terms of work-life balance, it kind of helped things in a way.
yeah. And also like for example, like when the pandemic started,
Mm-hmm.
like the company ended up like investing more into like offices at home.
Mm-hmm.
For example, when they buy computers for you, like monitors for you. I know it is kind of cliche where you say, okay, or someone is working in like in the software having like a multiple screen,
Mm-hmm.
but actually that end up like increasing your productivity because having
Oh
like
yeah.
multiple screen. They end
Yeah.
up like shipping like a screen to people,
Oh wow.
and they also like send you like a good desk or good
Mm-hmm.
chairs for
Sure.
you.
Yeah.
That also like help people like instead of like people like stacking bucks and working from there,
Mm-hmm.
you have like a fully functioning like office.
Yeah. Yeah. That can make a big difference, I'm sure.
Yeah,
That's good that's really good that your like the company invested made that investment because like you said, I think it's really worth it. Going from one screen, well, I remember when I had to adjust going from like two screens at the office to one. It was like
yeah,
it was a big change, and it you can try splitting the tabs in two, but it's not the same.
yeah. It's not the same. It doesn't taste the same. Like I know, like because currently, like my nephews are here. I don't know if you can hear like their background, like making noise in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in a one room right now. Like I have like a kind of like a fully functioning like a work office inside this room,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have like a screens here. I have
Yeah.
like my screens are inside the living room,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel the difference whenever I have to like go into a meeting because when I have to go into a meeting, I have to take my computer and come into this room
Yeah.
to take the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
In the living room, I have to work there.
You
But
have the
when
two
they're like
screen.
playing there, it's kind of hard to concentrate there.
Yeah.
And then like, you will feel like your speed decreasing, like your productivity decrease.
Yeah, definitely. Like when you have to continuously switch between tabs to look at what you're doing, like when most of the time, like you're not just working on one tab at the same time, right? For
Yeah,
what we do, you're looking at different things at the same time. So like being able to just switch screens is a lot easier than switching between tabs, like
yeah,
and doing all of that.
yeah.
That's really cool. So I'm assuming now you don't go to the office at all. Even
No,
stop the
no,
Friday.
no, I don't go to, maybe I'm not going to the office. But like, actually, like, if you, for example, let's say, if you're in a scenario where, like, you realize like your productivity at home is like
Mm-hmm.
isn't like a really good
Mm-hmm.
where you expect it or you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my company, you can just request for them like to allow you to work from the office.
Ah,
In
I
that
see.
case, they will just like take like those like people because we have like an outsourced team that is in charge of like managing like the desk, those type of
Mm-hmm.
stuff in the office
Yeah,
because they have to like create a specific desk for you
right. And
and so
with
it's
like
like
within the spacing and quarant or like isolated, right? Yeah,
yeah,
I got you. Yeah,
isolate
to
you and then give you a
reduce.
room
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
have like a hourly like a kind of monitoring where they come and then clean everything for you.
Mm-hmm. I
So
see.
yeah, but for the rest of us, no.
Nah.
And then like you just like did like the annual survey,
Uh
like the CEO sent like an annual survey asking like people, okay, where do you prefer working? No, he had. I was like when I was like filling up, like I said, you already know these answers.
Yeah, I'm eight
You're
plus.
gonna work from home.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
But like they're like I think like 70% wanted to continue working from home.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think yeah, 70% want to continue working from home, and then
Mm-hmm.
like so the 30% say, okay,
In
we wanna
between,
go to
like
office.
go with home and office,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
But like
Yeah,
when you ask the people like the question, okay, do you wanna like a mix? if you have to go to the office, do you want to mix like a working from home and for office? Let's say 3 days and for like a 2 days do that stuff.
Yeah.
That was I think 60% still want to work from home.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean it's just there,
yeah,
it works. Just people are not like dealing with traffic.
yeah.
So, um, you know, what for you, based on I guess how long you've been here and your work now, what do you think, are the traits that are most important for to be successful in what you're doing and in your role? And by the way, I see you're currently a senior software engineer. Did you start as a senior software engineer, or like did you like
No,
rise up to that?
I get promoted like in January, this January.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean in order to succeed in this field, like it is just like the willingness to learn.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing they need from you. I mean, if you're willing to learn, you will find the answer somewhere else
Mm-hmm.
to do it,
I
right?
see. Mm-hmm.
Because it is like a kind of like a field that is changing like every single day kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to learn every single day,
Mm-hmm.
you will be always at the top,
Yeah.
right?
It's fast
So
paced.
yeah, it's the fast-paced stuff.
Yeah.
I know, even like for us because of like trying to solve like the diversity problem in tech.
Mm-hmm.
Like our company right now, we hire people who have like a zero background in software in computer science,
Mm-hmm.
and then they train you for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and then they hire you.
Wow.
Yeah, basically because you can't say, oh, we can't find like a black people in to hire with a software degree.
Yeah.
When in reality, okay, the problem is like way beyond that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
see.
basically here they do hire like a kind of people like we call it like it's like a Capital One development program
Mm-hmm. What I
where
mean, what I mean,
academy.
I'm sure they have some kind of prerequisite, right? What are
No,
the no?
no,
No,
only
really?
no. It's only the willingness to learn. If you're
Wow.
willing to learn, you only need to pass like the behavior question. They're gonna ask you like a behavior like a question stuff, and then if they find like okay you're fit for them,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna take you.
Wow. That's great. I'm sure
Yeah,
that just open up a lot of doors for people.
yeah, actually, yeah. And then actually, like they're gonna pay you for the 6 months too. It's not like you're getting free education,
Mm-hmm.
which not no pay. You're getting paid like a not six figure, but like a not
Yeah.
too far from six figure.
Wow.
Especially if you're working in the McLean area,
Mm-hmm.
it is like above like 80K. You
Wow.
will be getting paid for that for the 6 months, and then
Uh-huh.
then they're gonna hire you.
Nice. Wow. That's really great, man. I didn't know
Yeah,
about that. I'm sure. Yeah. That's really amazing. I didn't know about that.
yeah.
So, okay, right now you're working on your masters. Where do you see yourself in the future? I know where you are right now, but I mean, have you thought of it that far? Just which way you want to lean towards, in just in terms of your career professionally.
I mean, the end goal is actually the end goal will be becoming like a university professor.
Hmm.
That's I mean, at one point I have to go back and then like teaching. I kind of like I have like a that fandom for like a academia.
I see. Wow.
So that's the reason like I'm still like a teaching assistant like in at PD. I still like a give like a mathematics tutor in there.
Mm-hmm.
But even right now, like on Saturday and Sundays, I
Mm-hmm.
do tutor there like in the morning,
I see.
like from 9 to 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, and that's one like a windows I see myself in,
Uh-huh. I
and the
see.
other windows will be like I may end up going back to Guinea
I see.
working there.
Okay.
So
That's
like
really awesome, man.
the
Mm-hmm.
objective is uh, gaining more knowledge right
Mm-hmm.
now, and then building a big portfolio
I
to a
see.
point that you can just like create your own company where like people will use you kind of outsource you to build their own software,
Mm-hmm.
a software company,
I see.
and then you can just go into Guinea and then like just uh, just like help people over there, like kind of like building a company there, and where you hire like a people who already went to who already studied computer science, smart people, but would never get the opportunity to leave the country,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
hire those people, and then you get contracts from all around the world.
Yeah. I see.
Let's say, for example, you already built a portfolio here. You have contact in different companies here that need, let's say, a piece of software to be shipped in 3 months. They just need to contact you, and then you and your team, you can just work there and then just build that piece of software and then send it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you can't do that unless you have like a huge portfolio where people already know your name
Yeah.
and they know you have a brand.
Yeah.
Actually,
And you have the experience and you have a team as well.
exactly.
That's awesome, man. I
Yeah.
like really great to hear that, and you wanna you wanna continue to be able to give back, and the fact that you pursue a master's and you still tutoring and giving back knowledge, that's really great. I really think even in terms of like introducing more people to tech, I think if there's something we could do where we can even kind of expose maybe kids in like elementary school, in like
Yeah.
in some other you know I guess let's say not so affluent areas in communities, kind of
Uh,
expose that to them, that'd be great.
yeah. Actually, I'm part of like a helping like a kind of like the company like a hiring like a more like a diverse group. So basically, like if like a either like just like if I know someone else who's interested into this field, or have either have the background or doesn't have the background, you can just forward them to me, right? So I basically just can help them and then like know like how to the way to like get into it. I
Okay.
think like since I start working there, at least I think like close to 5 people now.
Wow.
I
That's
ha-
very true.
I have helped them more than 5 people join the company.
That's great, man. That's great, and
Yeah.
shout out to Capital One for actually having that
So yeah,
program, honestly, and making that effort. Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. That's very inspiring.
yeah.
I'm sure it'll be beneficial for you and also for the people you're helping out.
I mean, it's a. I mean, like I'm not like I'm helping them. I'm just guiding them, right?
Yeah,
You can say it's helping them, but it's not a huge help because they're
yeah,
just telling me, okay, you can just follow this guy. You know,
yeah. But even
if
that,
you,
like you don't have to, like right?
yeah,
It's
you know,
something that you're volunteering to do.
sure. But if you look at like in general, right, like the way like people get access into like jobs, I use that like based on their close relative, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Just look at in
def-
companies like some companies like they have like incentive like for you to bring people inside.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like in Capital One, like for you to bring like a people who already have like experience,
Mm-hmm.
there's incentive into it.
Mm-hmm.
But like for you to bring like a people who just like entry level, there
Mm-hmm.
isn't like a lot of incentive into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like the people like I use like a help, I'm not getting anything out of it,
Yeah,
right?
I'll
But
say.
if I help like someone else like who's already working in a different like companies, like
Mm-hmm.
more talented there,
Mm-hmm.
if I help those people, you have like incentive getting kind of bonuses for helping those coming into it.
I see. Okay. So I think this leads us to more so at the end, towards the end, I always like to ask questions catered more so for students who may be listening and kind of, are inspired by what you do and maybe want to know or want guidance or direction, for how they can position themselves, to kind of like for similar opportunities. So, is there any advice that you can give to students, what they can look out for or how to prepare themselves? It's open. I can ask more questions, but it's really open. Maybe because sometimes I don't know what to ask. So if there's anything that you think you can share, maybe helpful to them who may be listening, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah. One of the things maybe like for example, let's say there's like a technique of like a trying to get like an interview really fast, right? And so like a way like a for like, most people like just go to the website and then apply. That's what I did,
Yeah.
right? But there's a way like you can do. You just go into the LinkedIn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at the company that where you want to like a kind of apply, and then you look at the recruiter there,
Yeah.
and then just like, send that recruiter email and your resume, those people like their daily job is like a kind of like a trying to hunting people. Imagine that you just like you target them,
Yeah.
right? You're
Yeah.
kind of like just saving them time.
Yeah.
They will you most of the time they will consider you.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So like, and I know like a lot of people who have just like get the interview straight away, like just doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or sometimes too, you can just go and then you look at like a someone else who's like in a high position, let's say a director in the company, in the tech department, and then just like follow them, and you know, so sometimes just shoot them an email, and then ask them. You say, okay, I know that you're working into this company, and I know you guys you just do your research, what they're working on in this department. I know you're working on this stuff, and I'm kind of interested in learning it. Right? You're interested into learning it. That means like you may not even have zero knowledge in it.
Yeah.
So that also like kind of help you or save a facet where they don't have to ask you like a lot of questions. Or if you know this field, do you know this? Do you know this? Do you know that? You're just willing to learn.
Yeah.
The same, everything comes back to like that question, like being willing to learn. And then that person will most of the time direct you to someone else, because I know like if those people like work in Capital One, they automatically direct you to the recruiter.
I see. Okay, thanks for that tip, man. All right. Okay. That's how to get an interview or find how to reach out to the right people. Okay.
Yeah.
What about in school? Is there you talk about doing research, like would you encourage people to try and do that, or maybe get some kind of internship like at
I
school?
mean,
Do you think they should do you think it's enough just to like go to class and do nothing else? Or is there
no,
anything else they should be doing in addition?
no, they don't do that. Like that's
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 lazy.
taking a huge risk.
Yeah.
I mean, like doing research is like a good if you're planning going to like a grad school or planning to like a kind of, as in my case, like at the end trying to like branch out into academia.
Yeah.
Doing research will help you in that sense. At least it will let you know, okay, do you actually like this field or not? Right? Because research is something that's really hard. When you spend like a kind of hours or days or months thinking about a single problem that gave you like a dead end, that
Yeah.
leads you to a dead end. That's like kind of like really frustrating than anything you can do in industry. So basically, if you're not interested to those, you don't actually need like doing research. Just
Okay.
try getting an internship,
Okay.
because at the end of your 4 years, you will be like competing with people who already have like 1 or 2 or 3 internships. Because some of them like have like even 4, because they did like an internship between high school to university. So you will be competing with these people.
Yeah.
So you either have to have an internship or actually like have like a magical thing on your resume, because it will be hard. I mean, it will be hard for like someone else, even a computer, to screen your resume,
Yeah.
accept your resume, and reject someone else's resume who already have like internship there,
Yeah. Wow.
right? So
Yeah.
you need internships. If you don't have internship, try working on side projects.
Okay.
Putting side projects there will actually also help you, because if they see like a side project and then they see something like a cool stuff, they will be at least interested into talking to you
Initiative.
about that stuff.
Yeah. I see.
That is actually like one of the points is like if you're in a CS and then you're interested like into this field, just try like developing a sample application and then deploying it.
I see. Just to show
Right?
that initiative and
Yeah.
just have some kind of experience outside the classroom that,
Yeah.
because I guess what you're trying to say is if you're really passionate about this, right, you're not just gonna do it in the classroom. You're going to be able to find other outlets to express that passion, right? So you want to be
Yeah.
able to show that, and usually that's how you build experience.
Yeah. Especially like in this field, like in computer science or computer engineering.
Yeah.
Actually, like the classroom is like a kind of like doesn't really cares a lot. You can say that,
Yeah.
which are like having because I have friends, right? With, like especially I have one of my friends. He doesn't really care at school, right? I think at some point he had like a 2.9 GPA, right? But that guy, he was working at Facebook, Google,
Wow.
because like he knew like that's where I learned this stuff. He knew like one thing that is like the most important thing is how to get a job, right?
Yeah.
Basically, after school, no one will ask you what is your GPA. 4.0, who cares?
Yeah.
Can you do this
After your
work?
first job, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So basically, the guy would usually like he skip classes and then he goes study for internship for interviews, and then he applied to Google. Like I know, like 1 year, he went to Google. He was like a no Facebook first. He did like a summer there, and then from summer after the summer he went for fall into like a Google, and then after that he went into like a VP like a company for the spring. So he just skipped the whole year just
Wow.
to get like those background, and then he came back to school. Basically, like the school gonna give you credit for the fall and then for the spring
Yeah.
because it's like a kind of like a co-op.
Yeah.
And then he just like a continuous degree, like he get his degree, and then he go back to those companies
Yeah.
because they already give him like an offer
Yeah.
at that point,
Wow.
right? So
Yeah.
you need to have like the internship. I went through like with my whole college, we just have an internship, and I know like it's kind of like it did create like a lot of like a barriers in at the end because when you realize if you did like a let's say a fall like a freshman and then sophomore and then
Junior.
if you didn't do like internship into those, you showed up in junior looking for internship, you will be competing with those people like what do you have like two internships?
Yeah.
You're gonna give those people
Yeah.
unless if you went to like a small company.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, man. I don't think a lot of people think of it like that because even I had I had the opportunity to sit down with a lady who she's an alumni of the university I went to, and she works in she's the VP in one of the departments of GE. So I had the opportunity to sit with her and ask, what do you look for in students when you're recruiting? And she said there are so many 4.0 GPA resume that they just throw in the trash because like it's just like the academics and nothing else. And she said when they are recruiting, they are looking for someone like you said who's gonna fit the culture. So like behavioral things, right? They're looking for
Yeah,
someone who is gonna be able to portray the passion for what it is that they do and experience, through internships, through either research or working on projects, right? Um, people who are they need people who are gonna be able to communicate with other people, right? Because you're working with other human beings. So someone who is involved and active and can show that, right? Not just academia. So because you're not gonna be taking tests and passing tests at your job, like that's not like you're not gonna be just like taking tests all day and exams. So yeah, I'm glad you share that.
yeah. And actually, like if you look at like a most company, like even if they will not like ask for like a GPA verification. So either you're
Yeah,
like
that
it's a
is that's true
fake GPA
actually.
or like a true GPA there, no
Uh-huh.
one care about it.
That is so true.
When you showed up at the interview, they will not ask you, okay, can you prove like a GPA?
Yeah.
They will ask you about like, the project that you have there and the internship. What did you do there?
Yeah.
That's the only thing they care about, right? And then the GPA, they're like, yeah,
I see. That's actually true. I've never had anybody request like or to verify my GPA of all the internships I've had and the job offers I've had. I've never had anybody like verify that. Although I didn't lie, but that's true. Now that I think
yeah,
about it, that is true.
yeah. Because I know, like I did like a lot of interviews and a lot of offers, like, but none of them asked me about GPA. And then from
Yeah.
there, I said, okay, this didn't really matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I do know like someone else like I was like there's like a kind of like a coding how to like master like a coding interview like a technical interview question. I actually forgot like the full name like of the book. Like she was explaining the basically like the importance the factor of the GPA into like a into getting an interview. Where like because most people like they just like avoid like putting even the GPA on their resume, right? So basically, if you have a low GPA, you can just remove it. Don't worry about it.
Wow. Okay.
And you most likely would have like the same chance and someone else who have like a 4.0 there.
Yeah. Good point, man. Thanks for sharing that, man. So we're almost an hour into this interview, actually. Surprising.
So
We're like what 55 minutes now. So, how if somebody finds this value, and how can they reach out to you?
So basically, one way is I had a website. Like, it's like a Mamadou MD.
Uh huh.
I'm not a doctor, but I think I tried. I
That's
took
like
the,
that's your acronym, right? That's your first initials of your name.
yeah, like, it's Mamadou MD.
Uh huh.
Dot
Okay.
com.
.com. Okay.
Or if it is like a LinkedIn, you can just like a LinkedIn.com backslash Mamadou MD also.
Okay.
Or on Facebook is actually the same, like Mamadou MD over there too.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put the links to this on like the podcast description. I'll put
Okay,
your LinkedIn profile and also your website, so that way if people have questions or need to reach out to you, they can just follow that link and connect with you.
that sounds good.
Yeah. Alrighty, man. Again, thank you for coming on here and giving us an hour of your time. You're a very busy guy, so we really appreciate it. And it's definitely we're glad again. Really, really grateful to have you on here. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. This was the our interview with Mamadou Mouctar Diallo. I hope it was beneficial. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you were able to get value out of this episode. And if that is the case, um, please share the episode with your network. Help spread it out there, and give it a thumbs up. Give a review, 5 stars in iTunes and Spotify and wherever you're listening. That at least that's gonna help with the ratings of the show, and also help expose it to more people. And of course, which is the point of this, we want to be able to reach as many people as we can in order to benefit as many people as possible. We'll see you guys next week.